Hey, Novelineo, doing some test plays today. So we're testing your map Follow the Light. You said that Expert Plus has been tested, so I'm not going to include that one in the video. I did quickly jump into it off camera just to kind of get a sense of how difficult it was for the purpose of comparing it to the Expert difficulty. Yeah, and it's probably good I'm not testing it. The streams are really fast for me, so I probably wouldn't be able to give you good feedback on it. I don't know if this is just me, but a lot of the towers spawned weirdly in the Expert Plus, so I don't know if the Expert's going to have that too. And it could just be something with my headset, but I just wanted to point that out as something I noticed. And I think it's nothing, but like I got very almost like jump scared when the bombs in the intro went from the bottom row to the top row, maybe because the lighting wasn't good or how they spawned in, because of course they spawned on the bottom and then went up to the top, right? So the trouble is, from my point of view, I'm kind of looking at these bombs in the bottom row, and then of course the ones on the top start in the bottom row and then moved up. But so again, that's probably nothing and probably not much you can do about that, but it kind of very scared me because I had to like put my hands down really fast. I mean, maybe Expert will have that too, but those are just the two quick things I noticed playing the Expert Plus. But yeah, I won't go over that in any more detail because it was maybe a little too hard for me. So, but I kind of have a sense of what it's like now, so I'm kind of hoping the Expert is going to be more in my skill level. I'll probably test Expert and Hard on camera. I don't think I'm going to do all four on camera just because it's a 4-minute song and that would be a very long video, but I will play them, and if I do it off camera, then I'll give you written feedback on those ones because I know you said you don't do a lot of easy and normal down maps, so I want to look at that. I'm curious if it's going to do the same thing here. Yeah, so I mean, because of the slower speed, that was much less jump scary. Yeah, see, so I don't know if you could see that weird spawn animation. It's like, yeah, and that one did it too. Okay, I'm glad it kind of showed up here. Yeah, and that one did it too. But like, not all of them are doing it, so I don't really know why it's spawning weird. Yeah, I like the emphasis you're doing on the with like the dodge walls and the towers and stacks and doubles and stuff. It's possible that the windows might be oh, sorry, I just got distracted there. It's possible that the windows might be considered a little hard for Expert, but I think you're okay. I think so, because again, actually, what's your reaction time and stuff? Okay, that's kind of slow, because this one was at. Yeah, going from 18 to 14 is kind of slow. Okay, and then yeah, that's kind of... So I'm just looking at all the numbers here. Okay, I'd probably tweak the numbers a little bit, because 1021 is probably okay. Maybe the jump distance should be increased a little for that. Again, maybe these numbers should be tweaked. I'll talk about that more in the description. The numbers aren't horrible though, but this feels kind of slow for Expert. I'd probably speed this up just a little bit. Okay. I don't know why, that's the second time I messed that up. I think I'm just not expecting the crossover there. Okay, I'll try to pay more attention. Yeah, I kind of don't really love the crossover there. I also don't know if I love that off to the side. Sorry, let me try this again. I didn't quite feel set up, but... No, that's okay. Yeah, that window is maybe a little bit intense. Okay, I got that crossover fine. Maybe I'm just being dumb. Yeah, I don't really love the window there, because like the other times we've been using the windows on this difficulty, I feel like the emphasis was a little more dramatic. Yeah, like those notes I feel like are really dramatic. The inliney stuff there might be a little bit too hard for expert. What did I do there? Hang on. Something fell off there. Let me try that. Yeah, I don't know if I love that, especially with the dot notes. I feel like that kind of pattern is a little flirting with arm tangly and hard to read because you have the dot notes there. I'd probably space that out a little more, like maybe not have the crossover with like the kind of up diagonal invert on the left. I just don't feel like that's super intuitive for expert. You know, but again, I'm glad that I played the Expert Plus, because this feels like a challenging Expert. But because I know that the Expert Plus is challenging, and in general, I really like the representation of this. Yeah, I'm doing fine on those crossovers now. I don't know why they confused me at the beginning. Yeah, I still really like the window there. This part's pretty intense. And some of the inliney stuff there might be hard to read for expert. I didn't get this far in the Expert Plus though, because I just played a bit of it to get the idea. So again, maybe this is like way nerfed from what you did in that, and it's appropriate, but so take it out with a grain of salt. But even that top row inline, that just might be a little challenging for expert. Oh, yeah, I don't like this section here with the inverts, with the inlines. Let me try that again. But I mean, I'm not the world's biggest fan of inlines anyway, but that felt really hard to read. I mean, again, if you're gonna have inlines in the map, maybe it's not totally out of place, but that one just felt a lot harder. Yeah, I mean, your call. I'm not the biggest fan of that. That might have been vision block there. Oh, cool. I haven't run it through the map checker, so I'm not sure about vision blocks yet, but might have been one there. I'll take a look at that more closely, though, and let you know in the editor. Okay, so I think I'll try hard. Yeah, see, same. That one was absolutely no problem. That was very clear. First thing I'm kind of noticing, there feels like there's a lot of top row notes, which can work, but I just want to point that out. This feels like a lot for hard. But again, like now that I've played the expert, it's all relative, right? Same with things like the inlines on hard. I'd probably use them very sparingly. So like that section... that section there where you had the top row inlines just felt kind of unnecessary because I think there was a lot of space, like you didn't really have to squish them together. Okay, and then this part here. These stacks might be a little tough for hard. Wait, are there supposed to be walls? I thought there were walls. Are there not walls? Maybe they just didn't spawn in. Did I break it? there were walls. Okay, there we go. I really thought there were walls the first time I played that. But without like walls there, like I feel like having that be kind of like the invert stacks there is maybe a little bit challenging for the hard difficulty, with maybe the exception of if there were walls, because I mean that would certainly encourage the player to move off to the side here. So maybe a little hard for hard. Yeah, like that inline I think was way too close. You've had a couple in that last section that are probably fine. Like that one feels a little more spaced out. It's so hard to tell in game. I do like, unless I'm being just totally dumb and not remembering, I do like that you don't have any windows on this difficulty. I think the doubles are fun. I'm not sure why those are stacks. Like, I'm sure there's something in the music, but I just don't know if I'm hearing it. Yeah, like even stuff like this just feels like there's a lot of top row notes for hard. Sorry, I'm just playing really badly. Oh, there's a window. I sort of, I don't really know how I feel about these chains for hard. I think if you wanted to have chains there, I'd probably at least make them shorter, because like those kind of long chains, especially the curled ones, are kind of difficult to hit. I like the chorus. It's got like some flow side to side, but it's nice and centered. But there still is the hint of the flow. Those dodge walls were kind of surprisingly hard to see because they're like light dodge walls with this really bright background. I don't remember that being an issue on the upper difficulties, but that was, again, I don't remember that on the top difficulty. That felt very blinding at the end. Maybe because since it was like lower note density, I was more focused on that. But yeah, I don't know if like it was actually kind of hard to see the. I don't know if I was high enough. Yeah, like it's not horrible, but like just with how bright that background is with the walls being light, they are kind of hard to read there. Okay. So I think, but otherwise, so in general, I do really like the hard. I think the note, it's kind of high, but no, those are pretty high too. That's on the high side for the hard range, but that should be fine. And then it's a nice drop down to normal. So I think you're fine with the note density there. But yeah, I think the big things with the hard difficulty is I'd be more mindful of the top row notes and the inlines. Maybe some of the inverts, unless you're using walls to kind of really indicate that the player should be off to the side. But otherwise, I think you nerfed that really well, right? Like the one section with the chains in the window was maybe a touch too hard, but I think the one window's probably fine. I'd probably make the chains a little bit shorter just so that they're not quite that hard to hit. But I think that's it for the video, and then I'll just go through and test these and give you written feedback on them. But for now, I hope that helps.